that believes in hardcore boxing fans, they know Crawford can beat Canelo just like they knew Bud was going to beat Spence. This is real simple. It's real simple. You just got to know boxing in order for you to be able to say that. Okay, Terence gonna get in there and do what he needs to do, perform.
Those are the words of my man, the trainer of Terence Crawford, Bomac, and he said something that touched home. People that know boxing know that Crawford will beat Canelo. And I've been telling people this for years about Canelo. You know, a lot of people think, hey, man, well, Canelo got better. You know what Canelo did? Canelo figured out his body type versus the style of fighter that he fights. See, I believe Canelo struggled with years of being overweight. That's why he couldn't make the Alfredo El Perro Angulo fight, because he just couldn't make the weight. He could no longer make 154. So they had to pay Angulo $200,000 more in order to come up 1 pound, okay? Because that 1 pound was vital for Canelo Alvarez at 155. And even at 155, he fought a lot of people. He fought Erislandy Lara there. He went back, which was crazy, and fought Beefy Smith for his title. And I guess that was just kind of to get the cobwebs off, to stay away from Triple G, from the time frame he stayed away from Triple G. Now, Canelo's a good fighter, don't get me wrong, but his style versus anybody that's slick and talented, like Crawford, like, of course, Mayweather, like Lada, he's always going to have problems, bro. Because those guys, where the way Canelo comes forward and he moves forward and he comes at you and in what he's doing, he's waiting for you to throw so he can set a trap, so he can set a counter. That's what he's waiting for you to do. He'll even feint and throw an uppercut. He's a very good body puncher. Okay, ask Beefy Smith about that. Ask his brother Callum Smith while you're at it. He's a very good power puncher. But understand, Canelo Alvarez is a hybrid when it comes to certain things that he's adapted and he's taken. He took some stuff from Floyd, and that helped him with fighting bigger fighters, though, like Golovkin and like Callum Smith and like Rocky Fielding and like guys that are not necessarily huge punchers like Caleb Plant, but he can definitely get the job done. That's why I thought that Billy Joe was going to give him problems. But Billy Joe, he is not as slick as people thought he was. He just looked good against someone that was not. Let me give you an example. Remember when he went to Canada and beat David Lemieux? Where the hell is David Lemieux at now? Better yet, where was he since he beat him? He was on side cards. I think he's retired now, but he's one of the hardest punchers. He just has short arms. And, I don't think he was necessarily good for 168 anyway. I think he was a middleweight naturally. But, David Lemieux, wasn't as slick. He was a banger. He wasn't a boxer. Billy Joe was a decent boxer. Okay, decent to good. He's like maybe C plus B minus even. Okay. But, on the end of fighting someone like Canelo, at that weight at 168, that was a perfect weight for Canelo Alvarez. But I don't think Canelo is the person he used to be either. But that shows you how if Crawford is older than you and he's able to do things that you're unable to do even at the age you're at, because I think Canelo will be 34 this year, right? Because he was 33 last year. So 34 years of age. And you got somebody that's 36. Isn't Crawford 36? And he was able to do that to at 35, take out Errol Spence at 33, which is they're around the same age. Spence is a little older than Canelo. And look what he was able to do to him. And I'm not saying they fight alike. I'm saying Canelo and everybody with the styles of boxers, pure boxers, will give Canelo fits. I think Canelo will lose to Crawford, but I think Canelo knows, hey, I'm going to try to knock out Crawford. I think that would be his best bet. Hope that weight doesn't he doesn't come up, the power doesn't come up, because if the power comes up with Terence Crawford, he will hurt and stop Canelo Alvarez. I think he will stop him. But if it doesn't, and he is over his head, and the weight is too big, his ass is in trouble. Because Canelo's going to see that. He's going to know, when I hit Crawford and he got on that bicycle, I know I got him. So that's that. But if Crawford comes in and dominates his position, uses that jab, switches, gives him another angle, and then Canelo sees that shit and don't like it, we'll have some problems. And we'll have a very, very interesting day of boxing. But see, Terence Crawford is very aggressive. The way he hits you is unorthodox because he's so good at changing stances. So he can hit you changing stances and you don't see it. Okay? I would love to see that fight this year. I want to see that fight this year. Because a lot of people that doubt Crawford, then you'll see how great he is. Then you can give him his props. Then he can leave the sport of boxing. But you guys tell me what you think of Bo Mack stating that everybody that knows boxing knows that Terence Crawford would beat Canelo Alvarez. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!